Wolverine, Wonder Woman, Wakanda Forever, and now X-Force. Superhero films love their crossarms, don't they? So Deadpool 2 is the sequel to Deadpool, obviously, and in this film, Cable, a time-travelling cyborg from the future, comes to the present day to kill Julian Dennison's character to prevent some kind of horrible future. And Deadpool, for reasons that I'm not going to spoil, gets some kind of obligation to protect this kid, so he forms his own super-duper group called X-Force. I rewatched the first Deadpool yesterday, and I still really enjoyed that film. It was a nice refreshment in the comic book genre in terms of its meta-humor and the R rating. It's a really fun film, so I was looking forward to Deadpool 2. And walking out of Deadpool 2 last night, I was a bit disappointed. I thought Deadpool 2 was good, but not great. I liked it, I didn't love it. Starting off with the good things first, Ryan Reynolds is still great as the character of Deadpool. You really feel his passion and love for this character and the source material in pretty much every scene that is on screen. And I like the supporting characters as well, although I wish we saw a little bit more from some of them. Like Cable, I thought he was pretty cool. I like his cybernetic abilities, like the shield on his arm and how half his body is all robotic. Josh Brolin was good as Cable, but I didn't really think he owned the performance. A couple of people could have played him. He wasn't entirely the show-stealing badass that I was expecting him to be, but he was still pretty cool when he was on screen. And I really like Domino as well. Her ability of being lucky played for some pretty cool action scenes, like when she's running away from cars, flipping around her, explosions, and she's just dodging them all and she's just not even sweating it. It was awesome. I just wish she did more of it. She only does it like twice throughout the entire film. Colossus is back once again, and I liked the dynamic between him and Deadpool. It was pretty funny like it was in the first one. Negasonic Teenage Warhead wasn't in the film that much at all, really. And I like Julian Dennison's character as well. He plays pretty much the same character they did in Hunt for the Wilder People, but with just fire powers now. And the action scenes in the film were really well done. It's directed by one of the John Wick directors, so you know the action's just going to be really, really well done. The thing is with Deadpool 2, there's nothing about it that I hated. There's nothing about it that's like super wrong with it. There were just elements of it that just didn't really fully work for me. It's a classic case of sequelitis. Take what made everything great about the first one and double down on it and do twice as much of it in the second one, and it just doesn't work as well in Deadpool 2 as it did in Deadpool 1. They doubled down on the violence, which was completely fine for me because, like I said, the action was really well done and there's some pretty badass kills in here as well. But they especially doubled down on the meta humor, and that's where the film became a bit of a mixed bag for me. Because it felt like every other joke was a reference to something, be it Marvel, X-Men, DC, Josh Brolin, Goonies, Thanos, you name it, they probably reference it in Deadpool 2 somewhere. And before you start shouting at me, I know that Deadpool is a meta character. He knows he's in a film, so he's going to poke fun at that. But after a while, the almost constant meta humor and references, it became a bit tired and monotonous and a bit of a distraction for me at times. But it's not just the meta humor though. There's a couple of crude gags in there that felt just thrown in there for the sake of having a crude gag in there. Now, had all of the jokes been funny, like really, really funny and made me laugh a lot, it obviously wouldn't have been an issue for me and I'd have a completely different tone for this video. But that's the thing, I didn't find Deadpool 2 to be all that hilarious. I'm not saying that it wasn't funny and that I didn't laugh. I did, I laughed quite a few times. There's some pretty good one-liners in there. But Deadpool 2 never made me burst out laughing. I never laughed out loud once in this film. To put it simply, Deadpool 2 is a fairly entertaining film that had elements in it that just didn't fully work for me. I like the characters, even though I wish we saw a bit more from some of the supporting characters. I like the action in the film, even though some of the CGI looked pretty unfinished. The film did have some funny one-liners and references that did make me laugh, absolutely, but for me, the film buckled under the sheer weight of the doubling down of meta-humor that just didn't always make me laugh. And since the film is practically drowning in meta-humor, that's what brought the film down a couple of pegs for me. In terms of the story, there is more going on this time around compared to the first one, which is to be expected in any sequel. But if you ask me to compare, I do like the more simple, straightforward story of Deadpool 1 compared to Deadpool 2. When it came to the story and the humour, I think less could have been more with Deadpool 2. Now, don't put words in my mouth. I didn't hate this film. I didn't even dislike it all that much. It's just I didn't love it as much as I wanted to love it, and I didn't like it as much as a lot of people seem to have liked it so far. The film is still entertaining enough, so overall, Deadpool 2 gets a 3 out of 5 from me. The film just didn't fully click with me, unfortunately. I just gotta be honest. The mid-credit scene was pretty good too. Completely overhyped though. Some people call it the best mid-credit scene ever. No, it's not, but it's still quite funny. So what did you guys think of Deadpool 2? Did you like it more than me? Did you like it more than the first one? Did you like the first one more? Whatever you thought about Deadpool 2, let me know down there. And if you want to see more of my stuff, be sure to click one of these, and I'll see you all in the next video.